writers. Yesterday, you flash drafted an entire opinion journalism essay. Today, I'm going to give you some revision strategies. Today, I want to teach you that once writers have a flash draft of a journalistic essay, they go back and revise their evidence by crafting evidence that is multiple and varied. They add in a conclusion to help connect their reason and evidence. Writers, I'm talking about those 3 reason paragraphs that you have. Your reason paragraph will have a topic sentence, evidence, and a conclusion. I'm not talking about the conclusion paragraph at the very end. I mean that each paragraph will have a little mini conclusion on it, maybe just a sentence that ends that paragraph and really tells your reader how it connects to the reason. Let me show you an example. So this is my reason paragraph about how reading brings me to another world. And I said, for example, I've been reading Land of Stories. It literally brings me to another world. Part of it's set in the fairy tale world. Here's the conclusion sentence. When I'm in the fairy tale world in my reading, I feel excited and adventurous, not stressed or bored. Can you see how this sentence right here, it actually concludes the paragraph? It's a conclusion sentence. It connects my evidence about the fairy tale world with my reason. It says, when I'm in the fairy tale world, I don't feel stressed anymore because reading helps me. So that's one thing you could revise today, adding in a conclusion paragraph after each reason paragraph, at the end of each reason paragraph. Another thing you could work on is your evidence, making it multiple and varied. Multiple means maybe you have more than one piece of evidence for each reason paragraph. Right now, I only have one in each of my paragraph. Varied means you have different types. The different types could be a mini story, like one time, talking about something that happened to you, like a story. It could be a quote. If you interview someone or if you ask someone how they're doing with this, it could sound like, I talked to, and she or he said. It could be a list. If you have multiple things to list about one idea, it could be a fact. You might say, did you know? It could be an example. For example, I'm going to use my essay right here as a mentor text to show you some of these different types. The first one that I just read to you, it's just an example. It's just like telling something about that reason. I didn't tell it like a mini story. It's not a fact. It's just an example. Here's the next one. This is about how reading helps me relax. When I read for pleasure, I always find a cozy spot. It's an example. Sometimes I read on my couch. Sometimes I read in a chair outside. And sometimes I lay on the floor to read. I listed 3 different ways that I relax. So this right here, this type of evidence is a list. Look at my last one. This is about how reading takes my mind off things. One time, I bet you have an idea of what it is already. I was feeling stressed after reading the news. I decided to read. At first, I kept thinking about the news and people getting sick. I would get to the bottom of a page, not remember anything, and have to start all over again. But after a few pages, I got into the story. I completely lost track of time and why I was stressed. That right there is a mini story. You got it. So today, you can revise your reason paragraphs. You want to make sure that you have topic sentences, evidence, maybe more than one piece of evidence. Try to use different kinds that's more persuasive and interesting for your reader, and a conclusion at the end of each paragraph. I want to show you a couple things that are on the Padlet. This journalism mentor text doc, these are links to published articles about this time period and about people's experiences. These ones are in opinion. There's also some that are information or narrative. I was thinking information, you might be able to find some facts there. One other thing that I want to point out is today would be a good day to look at the opinion writing checklist on the Padlet. Today, I talked about crafting evidence in 4th grade. I made choices about which evidence was best to include or not include to support my points. And 5th grade is about angling the evidence and really making sure it matches